Flying is the most amazing thing. It touches parts of my heart that I never imagined. Every now and then I have these moments where it just takes my breath away. And they seem like such little things when you try to explain them. But if you were there and felt the feelings and experienced it, you'd understand what it was about. Well, my father was a test pilot, and he tested most of the planes that the Allies used during World War II, and he was a very famous fellow. And being who I was, I didn't want to stand in his shadow. I didn't want people to say, well, he's not Vance Breese, when I am Vance Breese. And so I went off in a different direction. I started racing motorcycles. And I really raced much longer than most people do. I raced for 23 years. But then I got to racing at Bonneville. And you're not influenced by the other people. You're just racing against everybody who's ever been there. So we decided to build a streamliner and try to be the fastest person on two wheels in the world, which at the time was 318 miles an hour. We believe that it went over 340 miles an hour, but it did it in a crash, and so that doesn't count. And then the very next year, we had everything fixed that caused it to crash the year before, but there was a problem on the racetrack, and I crashed at 265 miles an hour, and I was pronounced dead because of no brain activity, and of course my friends all knew that was normal for me, but for whatever reason it turned out I wasn't dead, but I wasn't ever supposed to be able to walk unassisted or speak in complete sentences or even stand without leaning up against something. You can't have the aspirations that you used to have if you have different resources, and so you have to develop new dreams and you have to move forward.
Rotor blade retention bolts.
Check.
Mixture control operation.
Check.
Documentation.
Here I am 60 years old, and that seems really old to me. I never imagined making it to 20 years old. And I'm saying, well, what can I do? You know, I have limited capabilities. What can I do that not everyone could do? So we decided to not only build a gyroplane, but make it do something that gyroplanes don't generally do, which is to be able to go across country. Well, if it's got that as a goal, then you better go across country. And so the fantasy is for Ed and myself to fly this new gyroplane across the country, go to a lot of the big aviation events, visit a lot of the little tiny airports, and have a great adventure, sort of a Route 66 in the air. It's got romance, it's got old people having fun, it's got impossible dreams. How can it not work?